All right, y'all. Hey, happy Tuesday, y'all. I just got back from eating tacos for this Taco Tuesday. So I went to Taco Republic and had some great tacos. So just got back and ready to do the show, the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show. I'm really excited. To change the format of this show. So if you look back on the YouTube channel, there's been several kind of like ways that we've done the show. This started out as the Ask Randy Floyd show, and then it went to the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show. And both of those formats in the beginning were more of a Q&A. It was more of a Q&A where you would just ask me questions and then I would answer those questions. And then it kind of like turned and went in a lot of different directions and the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show turned into a vlog. Then I stopped for a while because I was like, oh man, I just really want this to be more of a Q&A and more of a discussion. And so here we are tonight, going back to the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show, how it was intended for it just to be just a very casual, informal discussion where you ask me questions and I answer them. And there are no right or wrong questions. There are no bad or good questions. There are some questions that I may answer and I may not. It just depends on the context of the question, right? But so that being said, my hope is every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. for us to just join together live on YouTube. And the way that I want you to ask questions and the way I got the computer pulled up here is I just want you to tap in the chat area. Any questions that you might have or topics that you want me to talk about. And I'll do that. So, and I just should tell you that there is about a 5-second delay between kind of what I'm saying and what you're seeing on YouTube. So we have to take that into consideration. But if you have a question or if you want me to talk about a specific topic, I want you to just go ahead and the chat area there. You should see in the chat area, if you're watching by your phone or a tablet or something like that, you should see a live chat area. If you're watching on a TV, that you may not be able to see that chat. But I would love for you to just chat in that area and I'll just say, how was your day? So you can see that chat area. There we go. I just posted that. And I would love for you to ask me any questions or any topics that you want me to talk about. So I think while you're doing that and you're just getting comfortable and maybe some other people will join us. And by the way, you guys, if you will, share this for me. Share this YouTube stream out to people. The goal is for more and more people to join. I want this to be really interactive. And I want this to be a fun, just casual experience for us to talk about everyday struggles, right? Both the awesome things, but also maybe the things that aren't so fun to talk about. And I'll be honest with you, there are times where people struggle joining these types of these conversations because it's difficult and they're uncomfortable maybe talking about their own struggles. And what I talk about and what I believe is that we all have struggles. Some of us have more struggles than others. Some of us struggle more than others, but I believe we all have struggles. We all share in that. I don't believe as a culture and a community, we do a good job of just normalizing mental health and just normalizing struggles. And so part of this experience is just allowing us to feel more comfortable talking about those struggles and feel more comfortable just having open conversation. Because what I've seen is the more I talk with people, the more that we all share similar struggles. It's unbelievable of the conversations that I have that are so similar in nature, but at times we think we're the only ones struggling. So I think one thing that I'll start with tonight, and feel free again as you're joining to put any questions or topics that you want me to talk about in the chat area there, and I will do that. But one thing I've been thinking about is this idea of social media, right? I mean, right now we're living in a time where we're being forced to be more digital just because of the pandemic, and we're finding that we're connecting with people online, and schools are online, and work is online, and there was a movement right before the pandemic to be less online, right? And there was just this kind of idea before the pandemic, like that social media was kind of bad, right? And I've been thinking a lot about that, and I've been thinking about that from my own kind of perspective, and maybe I'll tell you my own perspective about social media, and maybe it could help you. I'm not sure if you struggle with social media or not, but this is kind of my perspective on it. So like if we think about Instagram, or we even think about YouTube, and by the way, I think it's awesome that one of you is watching me right now. I think that is fantastic and awesome. Not for me at all. It's not awesome for me at all, but it's awesome for you. It's awesome for you, and that's kind of my mentality on social media. Like when I'm doing things on social media, like none of this is for me, right? So let's just look real quick. Midwest Anxiety, we've got 78 subscribers, okay? My first video was February of I think it was like 2016, 2017, right? So we've done a lot through Midwest Anxiety, through videos. Just to kind of give you an idea, and this we'll talk more about this in a little while, like what's the importance of this. But I put up a vlog today. So yesterday I filmed most of the day. So 6 to 7 hours of filming, right? And then today I edited that vlog. And by the way, I'm a very amateur. I'm not a professional at all. So it took me about 3 to 4 hours to edit. So 6 to 10 hours spent on that vlog today. And so sometimes people can get in this kind of mindset of, oh my gosh, look at all this time I'm spending on this, which I think you do have to evaluate your time, and time is precious and we only have so much time. But where I want to go with this with social media is like 78 subscribers compared to all the videos and all the things that we've done on YouTube, just YouTube alone, right? You could say, well, why don't I have more subscribers? What's wrong with me? Why I should have more than that? Do people not like me? Am I saying something wrong? Why, right? And for me, I don't go into all that. Social media for me is all about connecting with other people to help them provide value to them in some way. So those 78 subscribers on YouTube, hopefully I'm providing some value to them. The one person that's watching this right now, hopefully I'm providing some value to you, right? Like that's all this is about, right? This isn't about me at all. This is not about me. Like if this was about me, I would be really bummed right now over 4 years that Midwest Anxiety only had 78 subscribers. I think it's really pretty awesome, just 78 people care enough about Midwest Anxiety's content that they want to subscribe to the channel. We think about YouTube, we think about Instagram, we think about Twitter, we think about Facebook, right? I mean, all those together, I don't know, we're going to count, let's just say all those together, let's say 2,000 people are connected in some way to Midwest Anxiety through social media. Okay, fine. But then you got to think about the algorithm, and you got to think about all that stuff that goes into, well, maybe that means that only a third, or I don't even really know the data behind it, because to be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care at all, right? This social media for me isn't about me. It's about who I'm connecting with, and maybe I'm providing them value. That's A. Maybe I'm providing someone value out there, right? And for me, I always talk about with social media, I want to connect with people no matter if it's through individual therapy or a class or the feel good community, but maybe it's someone that just really feels ashamed. Maybe they feel anxious. Maybe they feel bad about talking about their struggles, and they don't want to admit to someone that they're struggling, but they find some way to maybe in their own time, in their own bedroom with the door closed, that they maybe watch a video or watch something that what I put out there, and they can connect with that, right? They can connect with that. And so for me, this is all about connecting with people and providing you value. I don't care if I have 78 subscribers or 780,000 subscribers. Honestly, I don't, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing, if it was going to be about me, and I really look at social media being about other people and just how I might be able to provide value, but if it was going to be about me, here's the thing that it would be about. It would be about me being able to put my truth out into the world. So this is me right now with the one person that's watching. Thank you so much. You're awesome. But if this wasn't going to be about me, this would be me just putting my truth out there. That's all. This would be me putting my truth out there, what I believe, one person, what I believe, putting it out into the world. All right? I believe that we all have things that are important to us, and we all should have a voice. And this, for me, is a way to put my truth out into the world and see if it sticks with someone in the world. And if it does, great, right? If it doesn't, it's also for me, right? This is a way for me to be able to say, hey, Randy, you're important enough to speak about certain subjects, to speak about what you believe in, all right? So if it was for me, that... Now, here's the other thing real quick, guys. And if you have any questions or any comments, feel free, if you feel comfortable, putting it in the comments. If you agree or you disagree with me, I'm totally okay with that. But the other thing, and I think this is what's important right now with social media in the digital age of this kind of pandemic, is I actually think I'm going to go the opposite way with social media, and not that it's bad for you, that it's actually good for you. When I'm talking with clients and when I'm talking with people, I'm talking about helping them expose themselves to their struggles, the things that they struggle with. So this platform, social media, if I can help someone, or if you can get in a position where you can really be connected with yourself, that it actually can be a really good thing. Because this is a platform for me right now. If I was working with someone that was struggling with social anxiety, I would be having them maybe do a YouTube channel where they're actually able to speak in front of a camera, right? That I'm exposing them to their fears, right? And then I'm saying to them, okay, let's look at your thoughts. Let's look at what you're thinking, what you're feeling inside in your body, and then what you're doing behaviorally, right? And so social media for me is a way for me to continue to push myself into situations in which I may feel a little less strong. For me, it's continuing to push myself into those difficult areas. I think that can be very, I think that be very good. but also not only pushing myself into difficult areas, but when somebody pushes back, how do I handle that, right? How do I handle that as a person for me to be able to say, okay, it's time to go inward. You guys hear me talking a lot about just be you. And how do I talk through this with myself? If someone pushes back and says, oh, what you said is totally wrong, or I don't like your hair, or you got funny this or that, like how do I use social media as a mirror to how I'm feeling inside, right? Like if I'm starting to feel anxious or I'm starting to have negative thoughts when I'm speaking, how can I use social media kind of, like I said, as a mirror to be like, okay, Randy, this is what you're still struggling with. And so for me, as you see me continuing to produce content and you continue to see me put things out on social media, I think it's just important not only to see where I'm coming from, but I also would like for you to maybe think about it in your own way. And maybe it's social media. Maybe you struggle with social media. Maybe you don't struggle with social media. And if you do, maybe something I said would be helpful. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you can find a way to connect what I'm saying to a different situation. But all this really is about, in the end, is how I'm able to present myself. How am I able to connect with myself then to be able to present myself to the world? And then when I present myself to the world, how am I able to be aware enough to be able to work through the things that I struggle with, right? That the world, the outside, is just a mirror. It is just what I say signals to the things that I struggle with maybe on the inside. Is that making sense? Hopefully that's making sense to you. I'm hoping that's making sense. So I know there's one of you right now that's live. Thank you. I don't know who it is. I appreciate it. Thank you for caring enough, and hopefully something I said will help you in that. This show is not about forcing people to talk or to forcing people to talk about their own struggles. Part of it is just for you to kind of sit back and listen to me, just kind of rant. But if there are things that you want me to specifically talk about or you want me to answer, I want you to do that. While I do that, I'm going to get a book or two. I'll be right back. All right, I got these books here. Speaking of social anxiety, this is just kind of a shot in the dark. Now, these are not the most updated versions of the books. Okay, so I think but these are the titles. Okay, so Managing Social Anxiety, Deborah Hope, Richard Heimberg, Cynthia Turk, good book, okay? Therapist Guide. I think they also put out one just for in general, but I think this is a good book for social anxiety. Dying of Embarrassment. This is, again, all these are outdated. They have newer versions, but this is another good book here for social anxiety. All right, Dying of Embarrassment. All right. The Shyness and Social Anxiety Workbook. If you're struggling with social anxiety, these are good books for you. All right. And then, so I mentioned these books because when I'm talking with people with social anxiety, but you find me talking a lot about Just Be You. And I put out in the vlog today that I think sometimes anxiety, or a lot of times anxiety or depression or just a lot of these negative feelings and things, they're symptom of something larger. And I'm on a really big kick lately to talk about just connecting with yourself and being able to feel good with who you are. And the more that you're able to feel good with who you are, that these things go away. So I think part of it is connecting with who you are, but then also just learning a cognitive behavioral framework. Let me see if I can find the cognitive behavioral book. Oh, this is kind of like show and tell here, like show and tell just a little bit. But cognitive behavioral therapy, the client's guide to cognitive behavioral therapy. Aldo Pucci. Aldo Pucci's great. If you, it doesn't, you by looking at this book, you would think, oh, like that's not a good book. But this is a great book. It's a basic book. I believe in cognitive behavioral therapy. I use it every day in my everyday life. I tell people that this is not just for people that need to be in therapy. This is just a way of living. Right? I went out and I had tacos for Taco Tuesday, right? Went to Taco Republic, right? It's 30 minutes away. So it's 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. Okay, so I'm kind of in my mind, I'm thinking different things. Oh, I don't want to be late getting back, things like that. So I got thoughts going on, I got feelings in my body, and then I behaviorally do things, right? And so I was using cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, during kind of that experience as I was having certain thoughts and certain feelings and certain behaviors that I was using this. So this is just not for people that are in therapy. This is also for people as a skill set just to deal with life's curveballs. All right. So there's that. And then one other one would be the exposure therapy for anxiety. Okay, guys, Principles and Practice, Jonathan Abramovitz, Brett Deacon, Stephen Whiteside. This is a good book. Exposure therapy is great. It's the behavioral part of cognitive behavioral therapy, okay? And I think it's, you can get a lot of confidence. You can get a lot of confidence by understanding the principles around exposure therapy and then being able to apply it. Like this is hands-on. We're going out, we're doing things, we're exposing ourselves. But see, that's the behavioral part. But then the other part of it is how you're thinking and how you're feeling as you're going and exposing yourself in those situations. So this would work. I'm exposing myself right now, right? I'm exposing myself to talking to people, okay? So that's an exposure. Maybe exposing yourself in a meeting or fear of an elevator or driving or various things. But exposure therapy for anxiety, great book. While we're sharing, you guys might want to just check out, this is old Randy. 1980, what is this? 1981, 82 here. These are my soccer shorts. Can we put this up? That's right. Randy, 1980, 81, 82. I was like 5 years old there. Let me put the computer down here. Can you see this? Okay, look at this. That's right. That was me when I was a little soccer player, 1981, 1982, Dallas, Texas, the Shooting Stars. That's right. And look at this. Guess what number I was back then? I knew it. I knew this number was going to be special all along. I knew it, so I decided to wear it. That's right. Number 15, y'all. Number 15. I mean, come on. Patty Mahomes, he's our guy, number 15. Another one, I played football for the Steelers in Texas. I'm not sure. I mean, you would think that it would be for the Cowboys, but played for the Steelers and number 24. Number 24. There we go. There we go. There we go. Guys, I think that's enough for tonight. I appreciate whomever is watching. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you for watching. I'm hoping that you got something out of it. Feel free to message me either through kind of like a direct message. You can always email me, Randy Floyd at Midwest Anxiety. If you have questions, I would love to continue to connect with you. So spread the good word. We are going to do this every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. So we'll be back next Tuesday. I'll share some more stuff, and hope you'll come back and you'll watch next Tuesday. Other than that, have an awesome rest of your week, and hopefully we connect soon. See ya. I guess we lost our connection. Did we lose our connection? Oh, the internet died here. Did it die? Are we still here? Oh, we're still here. The internet died, guys. The internet died. We're still here. Okay. Well, thank you for hanging tight with me. Hope you have an awesome night. And now